I haven't eaten, but luckily I'm also sick and I don't feel like eating. So
okay.
We're good.
Great. Perfect. Yeah.
Hopefully this won't be too taxing.
It'll be okay.
I ate my can of tuna. It got in. We're good.
Yes, I ate a sandwich. I was going to put a pizza in, but didn't think I'd have the time.
Pizza. There we go. You said it
Yes.
in the true way of your people. I appreciate it.
So I did, yes. If I had a game console, I bet I'd play it all day. This is episode 435 of Insert Credit, a weekly audio magazine in which someone who kind of knows what we're talking about asks a panel of video game experts a series of frustrating questions to the beat of a dreaded buzzer. I'm your guest host, Catherine Masters, and the first video game console I had was a Nintendo DS Lite with a copy of Dogs 2.
I'm Frank Cifaldi, and my first video game console, I was born with an Atari 2600 in the house.
Oh, you came out the womb with that shit?
Yeah, it was just there. And my grandma also had it in television, but it was put away by the time I could observe and think about things. But jokes on her, I have grandmas in television now in my garage.
Nice.
Oh, that's sweet. I'm Ash Parrish, and my first console, I'm trying to think if it was the Game Boy Color or the Game Gear. I want to say it was the Game Gear with a copy of Sonic 2 and Sonic Triple Trouble.
Everyone had that Sonic 2. I'm Brandon Sheffield. My first game console was an Intellivision that my dad bought at a thrift store for $20 with 30 games. We were post crash times at this point, and so nobody wanted any of that stuff, and so that was my first console. I got a 2600 very quickly after that, but I had like the IntelliVoice and everything, so it could say B17 Bomber.
What is the IntelliVoice? That's a new one for me.
IntelliVoice is a separate module that you could slot into the cartridge slot, and then you could put IntelliVoice games, of which there were like 3, not very many, into that thing, and then it would do synthesized speech that sounded very ridiculous, but only for a few games. And it was pointless, but I had it. I had it, and I had several of those games.
It was basically a voice chip, and if your system had that voice chip installed, it would play the voices, and if it didn't, it just wouldn't play the voices. But the games would play fine otherwise.
Is that like a proto version of whatever the DualShock is doing when it like beeps and whirs at me whenever I'm playing a PlayStation 5 game?
I don't know. I no, because it's extra. It's an add-on, so it's closer to being like
a game genie,
like a game genie, or like a. It's more like a sound blaster.
I think a rumble
pack
is actually really good.
Stop using shit I don't know to define things that I also don't.
Rumble pack is...
No, the sound blaster. I don't know what a sound blaster is.
Sound blaster is an early PC sound card that improved your MIDI sound so that it sounded really cool.
No, it literally gave you MIDI sound. It just gave you sound.
Right. Right. Mike Micah was wearing a Sound Blaster t-shirt at GDC, and he regretted it because Mike Micah from Atari Digital Clips, because people kept stopping him. They wanted to talk about Sound Blaster, and I took him from a long conversation that he was having with somebody that he was trying to get out of to another conversation where he got stopped to talk about his Sound Blaster shirt. So I don't think he'll be wearing that at GDC again.
But I will say that I think Rumble Pack is maybe the best comparison, because it's like there's no, the game is sending out a rumble signal, and it really relies on whether you have the thing that interprets the rumble thing. So same thing here. Like the game is sending out a command saying make the voice say this, but it's only going to say it if the voice chip is there.
Today I learned.
Right, okay, yes. So for our first question, how more expensive can game consoles get before people just give up on them? In the past week, we've seen Sony go up in price, and even the NEX Playground has gone up.
Yeah.
It's already happened. They've already tapped out. There's a reason why hardware sales are kind of like flattening, and the only thing that like went up was the next Playground because it was so cheap and so new and was very kinetic. Like people are already giving up. Like that's already happened.
Isn't it a little soon to say that?
I mean, give up in the sense as they are reducing their spending on that kind of luxury purchase and focusing it elsewhere. That's what I mean. Like the increase in consoles is obviously like adding to that and accelerating that decline, but the decline was already there. Like we're fucking broke when nobody has any fucking money. So we've already kind of stopped doing that shit. I think
that's the key there, which is people have good enough devices, most of them, and I think they're going to ride those I think this is a generation where they're going to be riding their current devices a lot longer than in the past. I mean, things can still come out on PS4 at this point, and that's kind of wild
too. Yeah,
Switch 1 as well. But PS4 is especially striking to me because I actually don't remember when that came out, but the PS5 has been out for ages at this point. And like it only matters a little bit. I think another thing that's going to get people, if any of these companies actually start doing whatever their version of surge pricing is, where the pricing is based on what it thinks you will pay. Have you all heard about this? It's
yes.
I don't
do that
know
with
that
groceries.
Yeah. Like when that stuff starts happening, I think people are going to get real upset. That is just like, it's not like, I don't think there's going to be a lower baseline, say if you're in a country with a devalued currency or something. It's not like the PlayStation 6 is going to cost $300 there and $1,000 here. It's going to be like $700 there and $1,000 here or something like that, and it's going to just be out of reach for everybody. I don't know. I feel like all of the console makers are having a harder time communicating the value proposition of their new consoles. We're getting into the Frank territory where it's like,
I was going to say the world's catching up to me.
It's all PC, except for the fact that all PC hardware is incredibly expensive at this point. And because the consoles and PCs have converged, that's why the consoles are getting so expensive, because they're using basically PC chips and NVIDIA stuff and whatever.
It's very interesting because you're starting to see the whole, console makers are having a hard time making their value proposition. At the same time, they're also putting all their games everywhere else. So it's like not a problem of their own making, but also kind of like a problem of their own making. And it's all good for us. Like we're eating fine. Like we can play all the games that we want to play on basically all of the systems. But it's interesting to see this knock-on effect because I feel like it'll have worse outcomes for the overall health of the video game industry, even though in the temporary, it feels good that you can play Halo on PlayStation right now.
This is sort of a tangent, but I had a thought recently about
just one
the success
a dangerous pastime, I know.
Indeed, of Steam and Switch. You can set, as a developer, you can set your discount whenever you want on those. They have cooldown periods, but you can decide when to do discounts. Whereas on PlayStation and Xbox, they have designated sale periods. So those and they wind up really crowded. And there are certain sales that you can like appeal to get part of. But it's interesting to me that I can't, for example, match the discount on every platform during the Steam sale. I can't. So it winds up being cheaper on Steam than everywhere else because I can put it on discount whenever I want. I can join their big sales, but I can't and also you could get it here for the same price. But you can't. You'd have to pay more if you wanted to get it on PlayStation or Xbox during the Steam sale.
You can't just say Demon School costs this much money. You can't. Right. Like, that's a thing you can't do, and that's so weird.
It is weird. So I think that's a tiny little part of all of this that can push people to be like, well, it's on sale here now. I'll get it here now. And if that place is Steam and Switch, kind of makes sense why games maybe sell a little better there.
I also want to point out, in opposition to what Ash just said, that Sony announced that they are not putting their games on computers anymore immediately before making the PlayStation completely inaccessible price-wise to anybody. So that's interesting.
Good job. Just cock the gun and shoot it right at the foot.
Actually, with that in mind then, there's something I've been wondering for a while. Why do people treat the Steam release of a game on PC as if it's the PC release? We saw this with Kingdom Hearts a few years ago. I see this all the time where people treat games that were released on itch years ago, they suddenly get a Steam port, and then brand new game. Why does that keep happening?
Because all right, do not get mad at me, people who use GOG and itch and all those other places. Please do not beat my ass. Those places are valid. You are valid. Nobody cares. People care. Very obviously, people care. But like the meat and potatoes of the PC gaming market do not care about those other platforms. They do not count. Steam is the one that counts. That's why we count Steam. I'm sorry. It is what it is. I can't change it. That's what you get when you got a monopoly like that.
I don't know if it's like counts or not. I think it's that Steam has trained us to open an app that manages all of our games. And that's really all it comes down to. Is like I don't want to like remember where my other games are stored. I want to open this thing and all my games are there. Yes, you can use other managers. In fact, you can use Steam to manage your GOG games and your Epic games, whatever you want. But no one does that, man. Like we just go to the one thing that works, and it just works. And it is unfortunate that we're all kind of trained to be in this ecosystem like that, and it does sort of remind me of my feelings on people being stuck in console ecosystems. And I'm like, yeah, get out of it. Get in this other ecosystem. You know?
That is also equally captured and walled.
Yeah, so itch also does have a launcher and stuff and can manage your games there and everything. But Steam was first and biggest. And I think people just when the Epic Store launched, people were just so mad, and it's because they don't
mad. They were mad at competition.
Yeah, they don't want to have another launcher. And while I think competition is good, and I don't want monopolies, I also don't want to launch a bunch of different launchers. Like when I forget if Ubisoft still has one, but like. And then, like Square Enix had Play Online. You had to sign into.
Fuck me.
Ubisoft Uplay. Come on.
Yeah, and
Origin
EA had one.
For EA. Yeah.
And it's like as soon as that pops up, I'm like, well, I'm just not going to play this. I don't want to deal. I don't want to sign up for another thing. Everything has my information everywhere. I don't need another one. I think that's seriously a very big part of it. But to the question of why is the Steam release the real one, it's because that's where everyone is, and so it feels like you're out of early access now if you're on Steam in a way.
Ouch!
Like if it was on itch first and then it comes to Steam, it's like, oh, okay, now it's real or whatever, which is troublesome. Obviously, I like itch and I put our stuff there and do a lot of work with them. In fact, and they pay developers better than Steam does, and that's all cool stuff, but. Steam is the boss in the room, and it's not going to change, and Steam knows it, and that's why that's why it took until last year for their videos to work properly on mobile. Like they don't have to make their thing better because they won.
Well, I'll also just add that it's a really good product. I mean, yes, there are some issues sometimes, but the
from a consumer
perspective, from a consumer perspective, it's a really good product. There's nothing really to complain about, and it's such a good product that it has become the community space that those terrible forums for any game, no matter what platform it's on, because no one else is offering an alternative to that makes sense. So
I think another big factor is it's got the achievements, it's got the cards, it has the whatever things you can trade and stuff, and people actually care about those. Like, it blows my mind. I have all of that stuff turned off so that I can never see it, but people are into that. And once something gets its hooks into you like that, where it's like, I got to collect these Steam cards, I got to get all the achievements and get my score up and whatever, then you don't want to switch to something else because you're already sunk. You're already in there with a bunch of things, a bunch of digital things that you've earned. Yeah, can't back out of your NFTs.
there will be some kind of, I mean, in the same way that I think we're all starting to at least intuitively feel like, if not actively getting away from Windows, I feel like its day will come, but we're nowhere near there yet for Steam.
And I think one of the things that'll push us slowly away from Windows is the Steam Deck, because that's Linux.
Mm-hmm.
And if you ever have to do anything with it, you got to learn about Linux. Interesting.
Yeah.
Ironic? Is that ironic? I don't.
Only in the Alanis Morissette sense.
Yes. Yeah. Alanis Morissette.
Okay. Actually, it's good that you did just mention getting away from Windows, because question 3, the BDS boycott of Microsoft, well, the Xbox division, was announced on the 7th of April last year. It's been roughly a year now. What do you think has been the impact of this boycott, culturally or financially, in your estimation?
Unfortunately, minimal.
Yeah. I think that perception-wise, it's done a fair amount of damage, but only among the kinds of people that care. And I would say in the wider ecosystem, I don't think it's done very much. It doesn't mean it wasn't worth doing.
Oh,
hopefully
for
I
sure.
got all my negatives lined up there correctly, but I don't think that financially it impacts Microsoft in any way.
Well, I would also say from a video game perspective, it's like boycotting RC Cola. It's not a hard thing for most of us to do.
Yeah.
Fair point, because I'm trying to think of the last time I played an Xbox game. I'm coming up short. I mean, it doesn't help that they really don't have anything worthwhile.
Right. Yeah. I mean, going back to the whole, like, what is the value proposition? I don't think Xbox has proven it in many years at this point. But in terms of anything else, yeah, I guess I don't really know, all aspects of Microsoft's business these days. I would imagine that the majority of its revenue is enterprise, and I would imagine the consumer boycott has had zero impact on their enterprise business, and therefore it's not hurt them at all.
Mm-hmm. They're all passing the same $20 billion around with OpenAI or whatever the fuck, and they don't really care what us peons are doing with our little bits of cash. Yeah,
I think probably the thing that has had the biggest impact on them financially recently is that the Claude code got leaked. And now,
is that Microsoft?
Microsoft is Claude.
I don't know. Don't ask me.
I thought. Not Gemini.
Quick fact check: Claude is owned by a company called Anthropic, which
is owned by Microsoft,
steals,
right?
Is it?
And Microsoft is Copilot.
Yes.
Oh, I guess that's right. Well, what do I know?
There's so many of these stupid things.
I know.
I do not. I don't know nothing about them. That's not my business. So,
whoops. No. Well, I guess that didn't impact them at all.
I do think that actually the leak of the Claude code could be impacting AI stuff, maybe. Except all of it's imaginary, and I don't think it matters.
I like that. All of it's imaginary. I don't think it matters. This isn't real.
Well, it's true. None of this AI money's real. Like, what did OpenAI just raise another like 112 billion, another 100 plus billion? In addition to the 100 plus billion they already got this year, like this is not
because they need to spend so much money. I think I heard that they closed Sora, their video making thing, because they were charging people $20 a month for it, but it cost them $15 to $18 to generate one video. So there you go.
It's all make believe. Everything, even this show.
And our entire global economy is propped up on that premise.
Yeah, hopefully not. Maybe I've seen some arguments that maybe it going will not take everything else with it, because it really is like it'll take the stock market and stuff. But people are already trying to sell their OpenAI stocks and all that. So I don't know. We'll see.
Not going to bring the Xbox back. Point.
No. Okay. Next question. What's the deal with these egg games? There's foul damage, there's egging on. I've seen a lot of egg-based video games recently. What's the core of it? Why does it keep happening?
Oh, Arctic eggs last year, I think. Yeah,
a couple of years ago now, I think. Yes. Well, so many egg-based games.
Is there a Billy Hatcher game I didn't know about?
Yeah, what other egg-based games are we talking about? Because I'm unfamiliar with the revival.
There's Egg Squeeze, there's Foul Damage, that's a platformer. There's a new game by Terry Kavanagh that I don't remember the name of. There's a couple.
Okay. Well, I'm not familiar with it, but I guess it's got to be Daisy's Coming Back.
Well, okay, I just went to yolkfolk.com to see what's going on there, and there's a new Dizzy and Seymour fan game as of January 2026 called Dizzy and Seymour.
There we go.
Finally,
You went to where?
Yolkfolk.com, the website of Dizzy the Egg.
Dizzy Prince of the Yoke Folk.
Come on.
Okay, Yoke.
Yoke Folk.
What's up, Ash? What's the problem? What's the problem this time?
I just think Yoke Folk is so precious.
Yeah, it is, right? I mean, there's a reason that Dizzy isn't Bubsy. Like, we don't hate Dizzy. Dizzy's Dizzy's fine. Like
But do we? Okay, we don't hate. Okay, this is the wrong name for this character. I don't think an egg should be named Dizzy. Why is he named Dizzy?
Because when he jumps, he flips.
Oh, I guess naming him Humpty would be too easy.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Dizzy's okay. What's his girlfriend's name?
Daisy.
Aw.
They all start with D. He's got a cousin Dylan.
Dylan.
Yeah.
That's lame.
Dylan is the hippie one. Hang on. There's a subpage here called the Yolk Folk. So Dizzy, Daisy, Dozy. He's the sleepy one.
Who's the bitch with the fuck ass bob?
Oh, that's Dora.
Dora.
Got Denzel.
Oh man, Denzel.
No, it's
Denzel
with
is
an
here.
I. Denzel. It's a British Denzel.
Wait, Denzel or Denzel?
I don't know.
Okay,
if you're on
was
yolkfolk.com, there is a subpage called The Yolk Folk.
The Yolk
We got the egg equalizer over
Yolk Folk.
here.
Oh, Dozy.
I don't know. People like eggs. People like eggs. They think they're cool.
You need your protein.
They're round. They roll funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
Okay, Pokey looks like he's generated by AI, even though he predates AI by 30 years.
Yeah, Pokey's disgusting.
He's kind of gross and off-putting. That was fun. I thank you for teaching me about Dizzy. I don't think I knew about the Yolk Folk.
I just saw Pokey. That's not right. That's not right. Thank you too, because even though I'm British, I've never played Dizzy outside of the museum one time.
Okay.
Oh.
If you actually want the one to play, it is Prince of the Yolk Folk is the most accessible one.
Well,
You're very hard on those L's in Yolk and Folk.
Yeah, I know.
You got to make sure what you're talking about, because if you say yoke, that's like what you put on an ox,
or like a flight stick.
Oh yeah, nobody's yoked up here.
Anyway, there's egg games because of Dizzy, I think is what we're trying to say.
Yeah, it's Dizzy. Dizzy's back.
Yeah, it's a Dizzy revival.
It does seem to me that a lot of that sort of level of game in terms of budget and scope and steaminess, they do tend to kind of riff off each other. So it doesn't surprise me that there's these little microcosms of movements. I think of things like Slender Man, pretty old reference now that I'm thinking about it, but things like there's a lot of Backrooms games. People are sort of riffing off each other with stuff like that.
True.
So I think it's just another one of those. But I don't know what the origin point is. There's usually the master one, that everyone points to.
The mascot platformer is coming back. I'm thinking of Big
these games
Hops.
are not Okay, you're now confusing the conversations because everything that the question asked about was not a mascot platformer. I don't think
there was one.
Oh, was there?
Foul Damage has a kind of a mascot. You're an egg that's got a face, but that's about it. It's not iconic, I wouldn't say.
Okay.
I could make it in my house.
I'm really confused by the proportions of these Yolk Folk, by the way, because Dizzy is clearly a body with arms and legs.
Yeah.
Whereas Daisy and Dora, they're more like a head and then a bottom half because they have skirts that begin under the egg.
Oh, right. Yeah, what is that skirt covering?
What is it covering? Are
I
the
think
other
it's covering the tops of her?
Are all the dudes just dong out? So
well, I guess that this implies cloaca situation.
Not all of the dudes are dong out, but Dongy's dong is always out.
Right.
He's the bad cousin.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true. It's really
That's
weird.
Time. Time for the break. Time for the break. Squad last. It's time for a break.
Okay, so I was looking at this wizard, and I didn't immediately parse that thing in his hand was a wand, and it looked like just a fat blonde, like a long, skinny.
Is he cool as hell? Oh, yeah, I can see it.
Oh, now I see it. Yeah, because he looks pretty high.
I gotta screen cap this for the video.
That's funny.
Welcome back to Insert Credits. It's time to go into the question hole. Each and every week, we ask a question from one of our generous patrons at patreon.com/insertcredits, where for $5 or more each month, you can submit a question, and maybe the hole will burp it out. So this week, we have a question from one Alex Jaffe.
Nice.
Have you ever heard of this guy? I don't know.
Is he a patron? I don't know.
He actually
used to be. I don't know if he is anymore.
Did he stop? I hope he stopped.
Yeah. He used to be just because it was the only way he could comment on things.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway. Anyway, so his question is, imagine you're a tattoo artist and a billionaire tech guy comes in asking you to give him a tattoo or get him some gamer cred. What do you give him by convincing him that it's cool when it will in fact do the opposite? What's a intentionally bad tattoo for a gamer?
All right.
What does he ask for a 13 but drew a 31 of video game? Yeah.
Anything that's like Mario, like that 8-bit Mario sprite, lame. Triforce, lame. Sorry. Don't beat my ass. Hylian Shield is kind of basic. No, we need to get it's like the same thing as getting the Berserk symbol as a tattoo. I know many wonderful people that have that tattoo, but let's step it up.
I think the big play, this may be taking it too far into we can do whatever we want territory, but do it on the back where you can't see it until it's over, and then you can do anything you want. You could do Bubsy giving Mario a hand job and tell him that it's actually just Master Chief on his back.
But no, Bubsy giving Mario a hand job is actually cooler than Master Chief. That's actually cool.
But the thing is, the tech bro.
Yeah,
we're making a tech bro feel bad.
Yes,
and so he's not going to think that's cool. He's going to be embarrassed for the rest of his entire life. The Bubsy one is probably not the right way to go, but I'm thinking along those lines.
What would be the most try-hard gamer cred tattoo that a tech bro would want? It would be like a Triforce, right? But I feel like that's even old. That's an old reference. They would update.
I think you got to think about the cake is a lie type stuff that that they would have thought was cool, and then
but tech bros are tech CEOs are our age, but tech bros are 25. Those kids are putting skibbity toilet. They don't have our references anymore. I don't even think they would know the cake is a lie.
Well, but they're coming to us to get the cool tattoo.
We're telling them what to do.
And we're doing the thing where we write dork in Japanese, and tell them it means cool guy, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to throw in my first one, which is it's Lara Croft with a gun, but it says Laura Croft with a E.
Oh
yeah. I that was another direction I was thinking would be good. Would be to mess it up just a little bit to show that they don't know what it is. So I think that's...
I also just like writing her name under her as a tattoo because that's really lame.
But in script to make it seem like she's died. And you give the years that, her games have been out. So from 1997 to whenever the last one came out. So I think Lara Croft is dead.
Yeah. I was trying to think of I can't think of something exactly like this, but there's a Cybertruck that I saw in my neighborhood, and it was SGMATRK. They were trying to do Sigma Truck, but I saw it and I was like, "Oh, Smegma Truck. The Smegma Truck is here."
It's the Smegma Truck, yeah.
And then I was lamenting that I didn't take a picture of it, and then someone from Orange County was like, "Oh, here it is. They're from Orange County. I also have seen them," and was also like, "Oh, it's the Smegma Truck." And so I think that kind of thing would be really good if we could figure it out.
Yeah, we have to come up with an acronym that we say is a real acronym, but it spells out hand job or something. Oh, I'm spelling the hand jobs because of
sorry
earlier. Yeah.
Everyone's thinking about Bubsy Handies now.
I don't know. I feel like I would want to misdirect. Oh no, this is really cool. Everybody's gonna fucking love this, and it
right.
But I wouldn't go for words or something. It would be something else. What is it? You are an absolute fucking dork. Just a dork. I don't know. I can't.
I don't think that exists anymore. Actually, I think that I think that unfortunately, or fortunately or unfortunately, video games have become so ubiquitous that it's hard to find something that it's like, oh, you're a dork for liking that video game in particular. You know, like people love all those waifu games, and that should make you a big dork, but it doesn't do it anymore. It doesn't make you a big dork necessarily to like the waifus. It's weird.
Right. So the thing that I could think of is, you know, those those dumb hyper specific Facebook t-shirts, like a tattoo of that. Like
yeah.
Never underestimate
never underestimate a PS4 player.
Yeah.
Oh God.
From Kentucky.
Named Josh.
Yeah.
Sorry to all the Joshes out there.
Oh, I didn't even think that was a dig against Josh's until you said it.
If you are a Kentuckian PlayStation player named Josh who listens to the show, write in, show@insecredit.com. We'll shout you out.
Yeah,
that's right.
Shout out to Josh in Kentucky.
Shout out to Josh.
I don't think we solved this question.
Master Chief in a Cybertruck instead of the Warthog.
I like that actually. That sounds like something somebody would actually do and actually
yeah.
It's fucking cool.
I could see that on their back.
Yeah, I could see that too.
Yes. Mercifully, that's time. So here in the north of England, we have the National Video Game Museum. I've been there once or twice, and my favourite exhibit there is Multiplayer Pac-Man. It's the classic arcade game, but there are 4 buttons in front. You have to have 4 people to control each of the cardinal directions of Pac-Man. It quickly devolves into chaotic shouting on just to even go around a corner, the most basic of tasks. So what games could you rework in this way, from single player to multiplayer?
I mean, we have a great example of that with Twitch Plays Whatever, where you have the people like shout in the directions, and it takes you like 10,000 hours to complete Pokemon Blue that way. Those are fun experiments to watch.
On the kind of easy side, everybody likes that Zelda 4 Swords situation, which is, it's more like a cooperative Zelda than it is having to split inputs and all that. But man, there was a time where people were constantly making 2 characters that are tethered together, and you have to do something with that. There was one Tokyo Game Show trip where I saw 3 different student groups from 3 different universities making that same game, and I'm like, why? Why are you all doing this?
Was that right around the time that one Joseph Ferris game came out, No Way Out?
I'm not sure, because I think I was missing the connection for why everybody was doing it. And why
you were thinking of Chaotix.
I was thinking of Chaotix, of course. Yeah.
Any twin stick game, you know, where one person moves and the other one shoots could be.
Yeah, the one can be the turret. Basically, going back to Halo, the Warthog is basically that.
Oh yeah.
You got one person on the turret and one person driving.
But that's an inherently multiplayer game. I think the intent of the question is, what single player game can you do that with?
Yeah.
I mean, really a lot of them. I mean, anything where movement and action are separate. You know, one person moves, one person does action, and most of them would be, you know, at least entertaining to try, I think.
Yeah, I guess that Mario with the hat tried to do that with letting player 2 be the hat.
Well, that's just inherently there is a mode for that.
Yes, and it's really bad.
Yeah, but you could do it single player with those hat actions basically yourself. That's why I feel like it's relevant. But thought you could.
We played through it that way. It was fine. I don't know.
But yeah, I think you're right. Anything that has simple-ish inputs that can be broken apart, you could turn into some crazy party thing. The thing that I think of, which is the opposite of this, it was designed multiplayer. And I'm sure I've mentioned it on the show before, but it was the coolest night game at Indiecade that ever existed, where everyone had a laser pointer, and the laser pointer represented a ship, and you all had to like defeat all these monsters on this giant projection screen, and it could register where you were. And so we all collectively would have to we'd form little groups, like strike teams, to attack the little thingies, but then a whole bunch of people had to encircle this big thing, or there were some with like timers going down, and you had to like people had to stay in that area, and you would figure out, oh, there's 6 of us, and if I move away, there's 5, and it's still going down, so I can do something else. It was really neat, and 100 people played that at once, cooperatively, and everybody was talking to each other. So cool. The end. That was the best.
Sounds beautiful.
But it's the opposite. It's the opposite of what you're talking about. So
I think I've seen this as speedrun categories. I believe
like
I've seen
2P1C. Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen that for like hardcore arcade Tetris. I don't remember which, Grandmaster or whatever.
I feel like we've seen that as a Celeste run.
I think that might be right.
Cool.
I think someone should just do Mr. Bones. One person's on the directional keys and one person's on the buttons, and
one
see what
person's the
happens.
Mister and one's the Bones.
That's right.
Yeah, there was a Sekiro Shadows Die Twice 2P1C.
Yeah.
At Games Done Quick, which was really cool. I remember that.
So now that I think about it some more, whatever this is that's splitting inputs, it should be something where failure is really funny.
Yeah.
So that messing up is amusing all the time. So something was
or you
like,
can mess with each other.
Yeah.
Right.
So like a Bennett Foddy type. So
Yeah,
like Quap or Baby Steps.
Some shooter with ragdoll physics and stuff where it's or something glitchy and weird.
I mean, Mr. Bones is actually funny because the input person could just make the body explode when they feel like it.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I don't know, Mr. Bones.
I like that one.
Mr. Bones.
We all just are desperate to like Mr. Bones more.
The perfect answer to any question.
I never stopped.
Okay, next question. This is a personal one for me. So for the last 5 years, I've been watching this show, listening to this show every Monday. It's called Insert Credits. I don't know, you probably haven't heard of it. But I'm not going to be able to watch it this Monday. It's impossible. What should I do instead? What's the methadone to Insert Credits?
Oh, God.
Okay, if you need methadone.
Bad simile. Sorry.
I didn't know that I was causing harm by doing this show.
No, sorry.
No, I'm fucking with you.
This sounds suspiciously like the recommendation section to me.
Yeah.
No, but something to do on like a Monday when you're itching for that insert credit hit and you can't get it.
Yes.
Call your friends. Call your family. Have a conversation.
I never listened to a full episode, but that giant bomb is still pretty fun, I think. I see clips and stuff, and those folks are having a fun time. It's different from us, but they're having an enjoy. I think that's... Oh, here's another one. Just in case you're missing me personally, you can watch Random Strangers videos. He's going through every PC Engine games in every PC Engine game in order of release, and he's done 244 of them so far as of now. He's like maybe 20% of the way through. So you can just watch some of those. His opinions don't always line up with mine, but that's something. And the episodes are like 5 to 10 minutes, so it's pretty. It's kind of insert credit bite sized. That's something.
Like that.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm the host of maybe half the episodes of the Video Game History Hour, so go listen to that. It's still me. I'm me over there too. I'm not that much different.
There's also Remap Radio, which are old Waypoint Radio people. I think that's Patrick Klepek and his gaggle of fine folk. What else? There was another one, and I can't think of it, and it was on the top of my head, and it went away. Sorry, whoever you were.
You could just play a Saturn game. That's also kind of like the same thing. Just play something real weird.
Oh, Triple Click with Jason Schreier and Maddie Myers and one last person who I can't
Kirk Hamilton?
Yeah, Kirk Hamilton. Thank you.
All of these shows seem like probably way more on the pulse than us. And
it's possible.
We might lose our listeners.
Yeah, they're all going to go over there. We're never going
to. We better do our last question before the lightning round, before it's too late.
Yeah.
Final question before the lightning round. What's the Juicy Couture tracksuit of video games?
Oh, that's fun. Ooh. That's fun. So, Juicy Couture, do we know what this is, gentlemen? Do I have to explain that to you? No, we're good? Okay.
Give me your perspective on it.
When you're in an airport, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, exactly. No, you have it right. It's like bullshit. I don't care. Loungewear clothes that are comfortable but also trashy. So something
it says
that's like
juicy on the butt, so that and so it draws the eyes to the butt, and the Juicy logo is curved to kind of accentuate your butt shape to an extent.
trashy comfort. That's
Is
what
it
often velour?
I always code it as white trash. Is that fair or unfair?
No, it is nope. That is universal.
It is universal trash, absolutely.
Okay,
yes.
good.
Lollipop chainsaw.
When you got the Juicy Couture tracksuit and the UGG boots, that's when you know you're really all the way in there. Lollipop chainsaw, sure, yeah.
Like
so we're talking about like
trashy comfort.
Yeah, little trash. Probably Stellar Blade for some people. Is that
no? Because that's not. I don't think of that as trashy. It's sexy,
Oh, you don't?
so I get it's like half of it. But it's not trashy enough and it's not comforting enough. I feel like it has to have
I hear you on the comfort, but the trashiness it definitely possesses. I must say, it's trashy.
Yeah.
Like
but also
all the slow mo cutscenes and stuff where it just zooms in on her breasts as she's about to get killed. Like it's pretty trashy.
I feel like they were playing it too straight for it to be trashy. I feel like trashy implies a certain level of self recognition.
Oh.
Maybe I'm wrong. Like you have to be self-aware that you're being trashy and you don't care.
I don't think so. I don't think you do.
Stellar Blade is doing it way too straight. Like they're serious.
Yeah, I
think
just
if you my interpretation of trashy
into the mix, then that makes sense. But I don't think trashy by itself means or connotes self-awareness.
Maybe I'm conflating trashy with camp because camp I think is trash but with self-awareness.
Because if you ever heard my grandma call someone trashy, she was not saying, "Oh, that person definitely knows that they shouldn't be wearing that."
Okay.
No, my grandma.
No,
meant,
I can get to that. So trashy. Wet. Onechan Bara.
360.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know that it's just trash. It's also like to me, it's a sign of being very basic. Also,
yes.
So then Stellar Blade would fit.
The Stellar Blade,
I think.
Basic.
Yes.
Okay, I haven't played. I've just seen things and gone, "Oh, that's for gross people, not for basic people."
You know what I'm thinking about? I'm thinking about Smash Bros.
Ooh, they're gonna kill you for that one.
Yeah, I know that. It's because it's got all those basic Nintendos in there.
Yeah,
it's got very few inputs. It's a comfort game to a lot of people.
I actually think it's more Mario Kart. I think Mario Kart is the more basic
Mario
Smash
Kart.
Bros.
That's true.
But trashy implies low quality, and neither of those games fit to me.
Yeah, they're polished.
Yeah.
Like a juicy butt. Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe maybe Multiverses might fit a little better. Or
it's a little more cynical. This
is
a
real
tough one.
trashy game.
Yeah, when I'm thinking of something basic, I'm thinking of something also that like the average person just plays, which implies that there's
2K.
a lot of people playing it, and we don't have that sort of video game monoculture anymore. So that's where I keep getting stuck.
Is it Fortnite?
2K.
Is it Fortnite?
It's not Fortnite. Fortnite, I think, is a little too polished, but
aesthetically,
ubiquity.
I think Fortnite is
You're right.
And I also think Juicy Couture is aesthetically polished. It makes what it is doing what it wants to do.
Yep.
But
I like that
Fortnite
question.
being the answer to everything is too
kind of dumb.
It's too cheap.
But I like 2K, like FIFA. Those kinds of games fit to me.
But those are really polished and stats heavy and stuff. It kind of.
But that
doesn't.
It's ubiquitous. They're not great. Everyone has them. Comfort pick.
Yeah, but there's also like there's not a lot of like brand loyalty there. It's just like the FIFA that exists.
Yeah.
I don't know because you got dudes buying the same damn game every year because it's 2K whatever.
Yeah, they're not like 2K rules, bro. They're like this is the one that exists. That is. I mean, what was the alternative? Right.
I've definitely seen a lot of pro 2K people myself.
They have like 2K
one of
on
those
their butts,
major
like
sports.
2s on one butt cheek and K's on the other one.
I think it's way too polished for that. Although I guess as we discussed, Juicy is kind of polished
So
too.
Esper brought up in general chat Candy Crush, which works.
Yeah,
that works. I think that works.
Yeah, it's comfort. It's everybody's doing it. Your mom doesn't think she plays video games if she plays Candy Crush.
There's a level of kind of flaunting it, right? There's a level of loyalty to it.
So that means, like, I think gacha games. I think gacha games, honestly, is the platonic ideal answer for that.
Yeah.
Very good question.
Oh dear.
I like that question.
I'm still okay with Smash Bros. Or Mario Kart.
Yeah,
I think Candy Crush and the gacha ecosystem fits just a little bit better. Also, I'm going to say this: there's like we answered that question as about gender neutrally as we can, but we have to remember that Juicy Couture it's very feminine, and gacha games also have that very feminine. I think I know a lot of dudes play them, but it has that like kind of air of femininity
not
to it.
Not gacha games necessarily, but the casual gachas.
Yes,
they are aiming toward women quite frequently. So I think Candy Crush again.
Candy Crush is pretty good. Yeah,
it's a good one. Yeah,
it's a good time waster.
It's an okay time waster.
I keep getting videos when I'm doom scrolling at night on Instagram for Love in Deep Space, and I have a lot of people that I trust recommending Love in Deep Space to me, and I always get very close to it, but I never go over I never make the plunge into it because I'm scared of it. But the things that they are doing with Love in Deep Space are so incredible that that it's so interesting to me that I don't think that the games that cater to men the way that Love in Deep Space cater to women do. Like, so you've got like the Nikkei games where you've got the girls, the little tiny girls with the big tits and the big guns and whatever, but they're never simulating sex. The men in Love in Deep Space are fucking. Like, we're fucking in that game. And I'm just like, oh my, like, I almost blush. It almost makes me blush. And that's why I'm scared to play, which is very like off-brand thing for me to say.
Yeah.
I like my sexuality just a little bit more subtle, everybody. Like
just getting back to the question again for a second. I think maybe for me going down that route, it's going to be Bejeweled before they made it free to play. Because like you can wear your Juicy Couture tracksuit for a very long time, and people do. Once you got microtransactions, you have to keep paying in order to keep playing, which is like buying a new Juicy Couture every year or something. But definitely people are reusing that stuff. So for me, I think it's Bejeweled pre microtransactions.
Literally Bejeweled.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're bedazzled for sure. I saw someone with one of those Ed Hardy collab Juicy Coutures. I was like, now that's all the way. You've done the whole. You've really set it all up for yourself. That's pretty amazing.
Ed Hardy is just Juicy Couture for dudes.
Oh, it's not for dudes necessarily. A lot of women wear that.
I see more dudes wearing Ed Hardy than I've ever seen women.
Well, this I bet is a regional thing. Because Ed Hardy,
you know what? You're probably absolutely right.
Ed Hardy has been kind of gone from this universe for quite some time. But when I saw it, it was mostly when I saw it, it was mostly women. And like when they were in the store, it was like the women's section. So that's very interesting. Very interesting. Let's learn more about Ed Hardy later.
All right, we got to move on. I think Catherine's being too polite to interrupt you.
Yeah. So now it's time for the lightning round. This week we're doing Pokedexperts. For the first time since Ash came on the show, I believe. So you had to see some Pokemon. An old game, but new to you. Yes.
Oh, shit.
Yes. So you had to see some Pokemon, and you just had to give a quick, quippy entry for them, like the Pokedex ones.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, I've got 10 here. They're all in the new game Pokopia, except for one, but I've put it in because my friend loves it, so sue me. First one is Mosslax. Also, if you play Pokopia, you might have seen this one.
Wait, so they have you can change the Pokemon in Pokopia to like different, because that's not like a real Pokemon, right?
Oh no, it's more like an NPC.
Oh,
it's a unique version.
I think it's a real Pokemon. It's just like a Snorlax that's mossy. Anyway,
yes.
I'm gonna say slept too long, got moldy. That's mine.
I'm good.
Okay.
But they also have to be like super dark.
Well, that was where I was trying to go with that. Got moldy because of sleeping too long. I mean, if you're moldy, you're in trouble.
Yeah, that's not a good place to be. It's a pretty dark place, Ash. Here on the other side of the country, being moldy is bad.
It must go darker.
It must go, like, we're out here killing kids and shit with like Mimikyu's Pokedex entry and shit like that. Like, screaming, the last thing you hear. So just like a little bit of mold.
Well, you want to counter it?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Not yet.
Not yet.
Next.
Okay, next is Cacturn.
Oh, that's like during like the great Pokemon plague of like 1965, like these guys, because they have the little nose thing. Like they were Pokemon doctors. Pokemon plague doctor? Yeah.
All right. Pokemon plague doctor something. But you have to make the entry. You have to make a sentence out of that.
This the long hat for the cactuar helped during the great Pokemon plague of 1695.
Great. Good. Shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Next up is Pikachu. This is a drained little Pikachu.
Pikachu.
Piki! Oh, that's very cute in a very British kind of way.
Has the mouth feel of a stale marshmallow.
Nice. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, when I said dark, yeah, there we go. Good job, Frank.
Please don't eat your Pokemon. Okay, next, Vespiquen.
She has like her little honeycombs at the bottom is where she can mate with up to like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 drones at a time with each of those little honeycombs.
Yeah. So I think can mate with up to 6 drones at a time is a good one.
That could
She's
be
cunty.
canonical.
I like her.
It's the flirt emoji that I just put under it. It's that. It's just the lip, the lower lip getting half bitten emoji. That's the description.
Yes. Next up, Smearguru. Smearguru?
Oh, that's from that game. Was that game where you're the painter dog?
Chicory.
Chicory.
That's
Which was
Chicory.
a great game, by the way.
Yeah,
somebody
hell yeah.
tried to tell me that this was a beagle, and I did not believe them.
If Snoopy's a beagle, that's a beagle. Snoopy's not a beagle.
I see more beagle in Snoopy than I see in this.
Sure.
But oh goodness, they never recovered after painting the Kanto version of Guernica. I'm sorry, it was
Each color represents a mistake they don't want to forget.
Oh wow, Jesus,
Wow.
Frank.
Funded by the CIA to stop young people from getting interested in communism. He's got a little Jackson Pollock going on.
Oh, is that Jackson Pollock deep lore?
Not just him. The American experimental art movement.
Oh, so like Andy Warhol and all them motherfuckers?
60s, not Andy Warhol, but some Jackson Pollock is the biggest one that I can remember. Right? I don't know, Jasper Johns. I don't know. Various guys were funded by the government to make interesting, weird art, but from a capitalist perspective, so that the youth would not lured over by communism.
I have a funny thing to share about communism when it's time for recommendations. Don't let me forget.
Okay. Next one, Mousehold. This was done before, but now Ash is here, so doing this one again.
If they stop holding hands, their guts all leak onto the floor.
Oh, that's really sad. Mousehold colonies have been reported to have up to 2,000 members. Sometimes they don't stop breeding until they die.
All right.
Okay.
That's what I got.
These are very dark. You've really gone home on that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next up, Fido.
Ash told me to. Who's this again?
Fido. Doe is in, doe.
Yeah.
I love this little bastard so much. He's like one of my favorite dog Pokemons. I know they have a literal corgi in the game, but I love him so much.
This is not my style of dog.
I hate this dog in real life, that kind of small. I hate him. I can't stand him. I'm sorry. All dogs are good dogs except these ones. But as a little bagel dog, it's perfect. In I don't know, where is Sword and Shield? What do they call that place?
Galar.
So in the Galar region, they'll kill Magikarp and cure it and then feed it to their Fidos like Locks.
Yeah, locks and key. Yeah, don't let it get around yeast or it'll explode. Yeah.
Okay.
Doe.
Next up, Marie. Classic one.
Marie tried to interbreed with that queen one, and this is what happened.
The static electricity generated by a Mareep can power a small city for 6 weeks.
There you go.
Okay.
I like that.
That sounds like a Pokedex entry.
They don't have to be dark then?
No, they don't all have to be dark. But my conception of Pokedex entries is that they all have some kind of sinister, somebody's dying or somebody's getting eaten.
Okay. I'm proud of this one too, Ash. You did great.
Yes. Gardevoir.
We have to put these Pokemon in protected ranges because they have a lot of fans. That's the polite way to put it.
Yeah. You can't make a somewhat lady-shaped Pokemon without asking for trouble with these Pokemon persons.
She's cunty. I like it, but no, we gotta put her in we have to where they put the white rhinoceroses. And they have people out with that sleep in the bush with big shotguns and shit to stop poachers, except they're not poaching the Pokemon.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
They're poking the Pokemon.
Yes. Okay, and our final one, Vaporeon.
If you lick it, your tongue will never be the same.
Yeah.
When you look at
it's a water one. Yeah.
And all of the evolution. Are they feline or
and then
canine?
you get an erection, right? And then what's the question?
I know some people do.
EVs are cats.
I think Vaporeon's a cat to me. I may. Wait, no, dog. My wet dog. This is my wet dog.
No, that's a cat. Look at those little paws. Vaporeon's a cat.
I've never been able to decide because the actual base Eevee gives dog to me, but some of the evolutions like Umbreon give feline. So I don't know if it's just me. Oh. They're foxes.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think they are.
I was gonna say Eevee's a fox. Yeah.
I don't. I don't really study the taxonomy.
And the fox is kind of a cat dog.
That's
ultimately.
It's like dog hardware on cat software, or reverse that. You know what I mean? It's a strange combination of both boxes.
Okay.
So this is a water-cooled dog hardware on cat software.
Yes.
It's what this one is.
Okay, and that was the last one. So now it's time for recommendations. Oh wait, I had to say who won first, don't I? So the winner of this episode was one Ash Parrish. You get an extra credit.
That's 2 in a row, baby.
Nice
Keep
work.
on winning. Okay, so can I start for recommendations? Is that okay?
Please do.
Or do I?
Sure.
Okay, so first of all, if you're an editor at a reputable website, I'm free. I'm available. I'll reach out to you. You reach out to me. CatherineMasters@proton.me is my email. Hit me up. I'll hit you up.
What kind of writing do you do?
Oh, true. Yeah, so I'm a writer. I mostly cover games and the culture around them. I did an internship with the AV Club in the autumn, and I'm just starting to do freelance now.
What would you like to write about? Pitch us something right now.
I don't know, something about official parodies is something I'm curious about. So a bit like what Brandon was saying. Yes, but endorsed ones. Kind of in the same spirit as Brandon was saying, the CIA funding non-anti-establishment out there art. How these, joke dating sims and stuff that are the parodies, but they're all given the rubber stamp of approval. It's something that's
the Colonel Sanders one, right? There was a Colonel Sanders one. There was the
there was the Sonic murder mystery.
Exactly. Yeah, I was going to say that one.
Sonic was cool though.
Yeah, they've stopped doing the thing that annoyed me. It was where they would do a dating sim because, we like to make fun of this girl-coded game because girls are silly, blah, blah, blah. No, I don't put me on that soapbox. Yeah,
yes,
but they've started...
Sim did it yesterday, sadly.
Oh, really?
Yes,
I hate
they
that
did.
shit.
Date the Dirt. It's so funny because women.
I feel like people are starting to wise up hey, this is actually something we shouldn't play with and we should do it for earnest, which is why you've got the Overwatch one. The Dead by Daylight one was really good. They were earnest with that one. Maybe not so much Colonel Sanders. The Sonic Murder Mystery one was actually really good too. They're starting to do that shit earnestly, and that's what I like. And
I think it's interesting.
Finish your thought, Brandon.
I just think it's interesting that you find them to be girl coded because it was a male genre to start with. It was boys to date girls. That's where that dating sims began with getting girls to take their clothes off. That's what it was for 20 years.
Yeah, but now it's kind of switched.
Yes, Colonel Sanders one is very Otome coded, I'd say.
Yeah, and that's what they would do. It would be it's not the kind of dating sim that's supposed to appeal to boys. It would be when they would do these parodies, it would be the ones that would be focused on girls. And that's what kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
Yes. Okay. Then my second recommendation is, I spent a lot of the last few months being pretty ill. So in that time, I just kept thinking all the stuff I'd like to do in that time. So I'd like to suggest to anyone who keeps putting stuff off, keep meaning to play that game, that book, go to that place, just make plans, write it down, make a way to actually get it done. And now I'll open it up to everyone else.
To your point, it's a lot easier than you think. And sometimes making the plan, even if you never follow up on it, is the fun in itself. Because I'm starting to get really into car camping because I want to go to places where I can get better sky views so I can do my astronomy thing. And so now I'm like, this is how I'm going to build a mattress in the backseat of my Kia, and I'm going to have my dog with me, and this is what I'm going to do. And that shit is, even if I never like follow through with it fully all the way, just the process of making the plan, especially if you have the ADHD brain that I do, is more than enough like funness that I can, get for free. I also have a recommendation. So I'm going to put my C drama hat on again. I have another C drama for the folks that like Chinese historical dramas. You've probably already heard about it if you are into it deep like I am. Pursuit of Jade. It's on Netflix. I really like this drama because it does things with the characters that I've never seen in a drama before. It's very feminist coded in ways that, dramas are. Sometimes they do good things with their female characters and sometimes they really don't. And they make her like dumb and the male character has to like come in and save her. The thing that they do interesting with Pursuit of Jade is that they flip the gender roles a little bit. And what hooked me was the whole premise is like this working class girl whose parents are gone. She has to provide for her little sister. So she does that by slaughtering pigs. But she's got this like masculine demeanor and she's like very gruff, but she's also still feminine. And usually when they have female characters in that kind of genre, they're all gruff with no femininity. So I like the fact that they're able to do both with her. And then for the male character, I really love the whole thing is that she saves this male character and he goes into a marriage with her where he's the subordinate partner. And there's always this moment in a drama where it's a wedding and they soft focus in on the girl and she's in her red wedding dress and whatever, and she's hiding her face. They do that for the man this time. And I've never seen that before. And they're giving him like this, it's this princess moment, but it's for a dude. And I was like, okay, we're doing something special here. I love that. It's really fun. It has all the same hangups with other dramas where that'll start to spin its wheels like right around episode 20 of like a 40 episode series, but it's well worth your time. So go check it out. Also, the dudes are hot and there's a lot of like toxic romance side plots that like add a little spice to it. So check it out. Communist.
Yes.
About that.
Oh, right. Yeah, we were supposed to remind you.
Yes, I was going to talk about that. Yes.
The thing that trips me up sometimes when I'm watching C-dramas is that I have to remember some of this is this is actually like communist propaganda, kind of in the same way that, all of Yellowstone is fucking American propaganda. So like, please, I'm not doing that. Like there was a moment where like this village is massacred and the main female character is like sad and burying all of her friends. And then one guy is like, no, don't worry about that. You need to rest. Let the government handle that. I'm like, oh, right. Yeah, it's propaganda. But also there are these other moments where like the main male character is like this special general and he's being self-sacrificing for his men, like, give them my tent, give them my special food and medicine and whatever. I'm like, he's being a really nice guy. And I thought about it, I'm like, that's also just communism. And I forget that sometimes communism is just being a good person. And I don't know, Revolution Now, all you have to lose is your chains. That was my communism bit. Carry on.
Got it. Okay, I'll try to burn through these. You want to do it? Go for it.
No, you go first. Mine's quick. I'll end on the quick one.
Okay. If you have Shudder, the channel, check out 1,000 Women in Horror, which is
I think my husband is watching that or has watched it.
It's really just kind of like an affirmation type of documentary. If you watch a lot of horror movies, there's not going to be a whole lot of brand new stuff for you. But maybe if you don't know, I actually don't have this perspective, but if you don't know a lot about horror, it may teach you some new things and introduce you to some shows you haven't seen. But it's just generally a cool documentary about how women have always been a part of horror, either as the people making it or the protagonists in it, or etc. And it's a very in the early days, it was often the only way you could get a female protagonist is to have her be the last person alive in a horror film. So just interesting. Next, I'm going to recommend an anime called Apocalypse Hotel, which it's really all over the place. And I feel like if I watched this as a kid, it would have a large impact on my brain. But it's a story about there was a plague, either killed humanity or the rest of them went off into space. And there is a hotel run by robots that is still running. And it's been 100 years since they've had a customer. And they're like, today we've had 0 views on our website. We've had zero check-ins. We are currently 1,400 guests behind our quota. Anyway, but then what happens across the next years? Their first guest is extraterrestrial, and then what happens? It's pretty neat, and it's got the artist for the game connection. It's got the artist from the Dinah Island and other digital comic games of the Saturn era. So that's a cool one. Lastly, if you like drum and bass, check out the new album from Sawteeth. It is written in Chinese characters. It means east wind in any of the languages, but I actually don't know how it's supposed to be pronounced because the guy is from Seoul. So is it in Hanja and then it has some meaning, some pronunciation that I have no clue about? Or is it the Chinese or the Japanese pronunciation? No idea. Anyway, Sawteeth on Bandcamp. Check out the new album. From one of the people who's part of that Jungle Fatigue series of compilations that if you've gotten into drum and bass compilations on YouTube, you definitely will have heard. Check that out. That's what I have. Oh wait, actually, I'll also just mention that Frederic Renard, the original creator of Alone in the Dark, among other things, has a Kickstarter right now for making a paddle controller on the Genesis and 3 new games for it. And then some other people are making games for it. So if you're a big idiot, go over there and check it out and buy that. Big idiot like myself. Yeah, he's remaking his old game Popcorn, which was on some old computer that I don't remember what it is. And he has the original. He has a one that uses the full power of the Mega Drive, and then a Versus one, which is basically like Windjammer's Pong. It's an Arkanoid clone, basically. But the spinner thing, that's the fun part. And 3 other people are making games for it. In theory, who knows if those will ever come out? There you go. That's a fun thing.
I'm guessing that game was on the Amiga, given the 68,000 architecture.
It probably was, but I don't think that was the original. It was like one of those Micron. He's French, and it was on a French computer, like a Frenchy French computer.
L'Amiga.
Yeah.
L'Amiga.
Yeah. L'Amiga.
Mine is just kind of quick. It's a repeat of something I said on Blue Sky already, if you follow me there. But you can just watch Star Trek whenever you want. You can just pluck from the tree. It's always there. And sometimes I forget that. But this is a time when I haven't forgotten that. And I've never properly watched Deep Space Nine. And I'm just starting Deep Space Nine. And I'm telling you, a good time.
Ash Parrish, we got to get you in on the Deep Space Nine. Deep Space Nine is the one.
Was it not? I was watching Deep Space Nine.
You watched Deep Space Nine like the day after you were laid off, I feel like. Does that sound right?
Yes, that's true. And that's been some months. And then I got into my C-drama comfort hole because it's dire out there for your girl.
So this is my comfort holes, and I get that it's not yours yet, but it will be.
Yeah, you got to keep working.
I like the things that they're doing, away. And I'll get back to it.
So you don't watch Star Trek because you're like, where's this going? You watch Star Trek because it's like, I want to relax.
Yeah. What if there was a world where things were nice sometimes?
Yeah. We're the world where like we've solved all of the problems we can solve, and now all that's left is we just got to deal with each other. And
until you get to like season 5.
All right, I don't know.
That's when the Dominion War starts, and then that's a big deal again.
But, that sounds pretty sick. All right.
Yep.
One last not recommendation. Just piggyback off Frank's very oblique point. All art is political, even when you think it's not. And it not being political is also political. Just saying. Mm-hmm. All of it. Can't escape it.
I thought where you were going to go is the follow-up I made to that tweet, which I'll just go ahead and say here. Just go ahead and steal it. Just go ahead and steal Star Trek. Yeah. Don't pay Paramount money for Star Trek.
I don't pay Paramount.
Paramount a penny.
Yeah. No.
Shame about Paramount.
I guess it's time to wrap up then. Thanks so much for listening to this episode of Insert Credit. If you enjoyed it, please rate or review the show wherever and however you can. Also consider supporting us on patreon.com/insertcredit. You can become a patron to submit your own questions, listen to monthly bonus episodes, and even more. Like an episode where Alex Jaffe wrote the 420 episodes questions while high. That was really helpful in preparing for this episode, honestly. I didn't get high, it was just useful to hear the process. You can also join our community at forums.insertcredit.com or find videos of these episodes on YouTube at youtube.com/insertcreditshow. This episode is edited by Esper Quinn with original music by Kurt Feldman. I'm Catherine Masters.
I'm Frank Cifaldi.
I'm Ash Parrish.
I'm Brandon Sheffield.
And your game has now been saved.
All right. Thank you for doing that. I'm gonna get out of here.
Thank you. I need to get out of here too.
Thank you.
Yeah.